First Eps podcast is back. We watched Angelyne, a new Peacock show about...
Original.
It's an original, and it's a show, and it's about Angelyne. Let's talk about it. My name is Eric,
I'm Keith.
and this is First Eps. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of First Eps. We're here to talk about a new show. Now, if you heard the intro and you're like, "Yeah, Angelyne, let's talk about it,"
I've been
and you
looking.
kept listening,
Yeah.
I'm impressed. Also, yeah, that's kind of how we were. We're like, "What is an Angelyne, and do we care?"
Yeah. That's a really great way to put it. I liked the look. You know, this blonde hair, boobs, LA. I'm like, okay, let's give Angelyne a test. Let's give her a go.
So let's explain Angelyne. It's not a comic book show. It's not a show about porn.
Not yet, at least.
It's not an action series. But what it is, it's Emmy Rossum starring as...
Who looks completely unrecognizable 50% of the time.
Yeah, as this woman, Angelyne, who we know became somewhat famous, D-list celeb status in L.A. For putting up billboards and having a Corvette. That's all I knew about going into this.
So you had heard of her beforehand?
Nope.
Okay, just from the show coming.
Just from seeing this show,
Gotcha.
and I'm like, I didn't even know if it was based on a real person, or if it was like one of those fake documentary type things.
Exactly.
So, come to find out, it is based on a real woman. It's actually based on a Hollywood Reporter article from 2017 by Gary Baum.
Okay.
So, he did this article, and now there's kind of like this. It's like a meta thing. It's like a show about this interview.
I kind of forgot that this was a news thing it started out with, because I got so wrapped into Angelyne's life. But every once in a while we kind of souped into the news thing. We'll talk about that.
Yeah. So let's give a quick rundown of the first episode. There's going to be some spoilers for the first episode, but we'll try to keep it as vague as possible.
I don't know if there was a lot of plot.
There was no plot. There was no spoilers. It was exactly what I expected.
Yeah.
So it starts out with her whispering, "I am not a woman.
Oh!
I am an icon."
Oh, that's right. She didn't do that.
Yeah, she didn't do the iconic ooh until a little bit later in the series.
Okay.
And then there's a woman laying in bed, and we're all like, Is that Emmy Rossum? Like, we could not tell. She looked unrecognizable.
Yeah. I still don't think that's really her.
Older lady. Yeah. It was weird because I was focused on her for a while, and I'm trying to find Emmy Rossum in there.
Like eyes. I'm like, nose definitely not.
Yeah.
The boobs are not hers.
So she's yelling to somebody, read it. Starts reading this article about her. Now that what I'm guessing is this article we're talking about, the Hollywood Reporter article. And then we go, it says 1981 or 1982, depending on who you ask.
Okay.
That's what it says right at the thing. And it shows a crew taking down a Universal Studios billboard and putting up a billboard for Angelyne. And they're like, "Who is this broad?"
And everybody was standing in the streets looking at her.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then we see a sizzle reel of who Angelyne is. It's her going on talk shows and driving around in her Corvette, putting up bigger and bigger billboards every time. And then it cuts 2019, and then we see, again, the Emmy Rossum in the prosthetics being interviewed.
Yes, exactly.
So now we're seeing that this is an kind of like a behind the music type thing, like a documentary series where they're interviewing her about the true story, she says, about what happened. So we then go back to 1977, and she's at a bar, and like she's trying to get famous. This is her big plan. She finds a band, a singer, and she just uses her feminine wiles. Yep. Now, what did you think of her feminine wiles? Now, first of all, her voice. So she puts on this very high-pitched, kind of bubbly voice, like, "Hi, I'm Angelyne." I don't know if she's Southern.
I was gonna say, but she's Southern Californian.
Yeah, exactly. I'm Angelyne.
Hi, I really am cool. I'm Angela. Oh, wait.
Your voice, you're making it too deep.
I'm Angelina.
There you go.
Super cool.
You nailed it.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. So, what did you think of it?
So in terms of her singing, no.
Just the character, the portrayal of her. I
Love
was
her.
instantly annoyed by the voice.
Love her. Yeah, because a good annoying voice. Love it.
Yeah, you do. You have said that before. So she meets the lead singer in this band. His name's Corey, and then she's like telling him about her, like she wants to become a star. She wants to be Barbie.
Aim high.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And like her thing, she wants to be Barbie because Barbie doesn't have a care in the world or no problems.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh boy,
here we go.
And then we go back to her and Corey go back to her apartment, and
to make out. No,
not to make out. To yell at the tenant or the person living downstairs,
and do some prayers to Marilyn.
And yes, and then she has a parrot that just flies out. And
yes,
she's like,
that's right.
It was there when I moved in. So at this point, I'm like, this bitch is crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like at first I was like, okay, she's just like, she's trying to like make a name for herself. Okay. And then like when she starts like screaming and has this weird shrine and stuff, I was like, this bitch crazy.
Yeah.
But we find out that like this is where it kind of like the show kind of twists on you because like then all of a sudden we cut back to the person being interviewed in 2019. She's like, this is not how it happened. And then they rewind the story that we just saw that we trusted the narrator.
Yeah.
Turns out it was all lies. Because one of the things they did was like a blood pact with Marilyn Monroe to become famous. Yes. And she's like, that did not happen. And I was like, this is crazy. I didn't expect it to like do that, break the fourth wall type thing. And I loved it.
Yeah, because they're interviewing like her and then her ex-band partner.
The band guy, Corey, and he's telling a different story.
Right, right, yeah. So when I saw that part, I'm like, oh, Eric's going to enjoy that, because I know that you're like the same story from two perspectives kind of a thing.
Exactly, yes. So, like we did the show, The After Party.
Yes.
And each story had a different perspective, had a different take on how things went. But yeah, and then she like, he went for a kiss and she shoved him out the door with a kissed 8x10. Yes. It's like, this was when Angeline started growing on me.
Yep, I totally agree. Mm-hmm.
Next, we see they're having a band meeting. This band that she kind of just forced her way into, and she's saying that they need to not work on the music, but work on posters.
Yes,
got to get the best poster.
Yep. And the band's like, and
then
like practice,
and we need a keyboard person. So they're like, she just has a bunch of keyboard people hanging out. Yeah, it was like there were parts like this part specifically where like it was silly.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was really, it was interesting. I don't know, like, where to, some parts of this show are more serious.
Yes.
Some are, like, silly and kind of slapsticky.
Yes.
And I'm, like, I kept having a problem, like, trying to, like, I don't know, reconcile with what the show was.
Yes.
I'm like, is it supposed to be like this?
Yeah. Am I laughing at her now, or is she doing this because she wants to be funny?
But
and I can't tell what.
So far, after one episode, I still don't know. Yeah. But I enjoyed this little scene, but it definitely made me confused. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so then they have their first show, and we get to see the music.
Ooh.
Well, you loved it.
Okay, so honest time here, right? This is honest.
This is we're in the circle of trust.
I wanted to love it.
Mm-hmm.
First performance, was not a big fan. I was okay with it. A lot of oohing and ahhing. Mm-hmm. I like the look. 10 out of 10 look.
Yeah. Her main thing was that she was just on stage and she would like lift up her dress and like smack her butt.
Yeah, like a little baby doll dress. Yeah. So I loved that look.
And go, ooh. Yes. Too many oohs, I think. I think if she'd scale down the oohs,
well, the second performance she did.
Yeah.
She did. And I thought the second performance was much tighter overall. Couple ass taps, but not too many. And I thought she had a lot more lyrics that time, too. So, yeah. Maybe she had a vocal coach.
Yeah. So, one of the things I liked about these scenes is they used, like, a vintage, like, video.
Yeah.
So they would show, like, the actual video of it happening, like, quote, fingers, actual video. But, yeah, it was just, like, this really cool-looking, like, vintage footage. And I was like, that's, again, really cool. I love the style of the show. So... that happened.
Right.
She's working on getting him a show at the Whiskey.
Yes.
Because everybody wants to be
the whiskey
there.
A go-go.
Yeah, we're going to go there. And she gets the band at the whiskey.
Eventually, she does.
She does. She works her magic and, gets them a gig there. Unfortunately...
After the big party.
Now, you liked it. So this is the one you liked.
Oh, I loved
Second
it.
performance.
That was amazing.
It was a lot more sexual, but a lot less oohs. Like, it was more of her writhing around on the stage.
She did that, but I also thought she polished up her vocals, too, quite frankly.
She did.
When she wasn't writhing, there was some great vocalizations.
Exactly. I would say she was like, like a 1980s Tori Amos.
Yeah, totally a Tori Amos. Absolutely. Ooh.
Next scene is there was a review written in the newspaper, and it's a bad review.
Oh my god! And this is where the tensions just boiled over between Muse and guitar lead singer guy.
Exactly. Corey, he was very upset. Angelyne was like, any review is good. Any publicity is good publicity. She was like, people are talking about us, baby. So they get in a fight. Next scene, he comes back. They make up. He buys her a car. He tries to propose, and she's like, I don't do
not just a car, this is a Corvette.
Yeah,
the Corvette.
The Corvette. Not pink, though.
No.
She wants,
you know him. Corey.
Earlier in she talks about wanting a pink Corvette because Barbie had one.
Yep.
And he gets her a Corvette, blue.
Yeah, baby blue.
And then I think my favorite part of the whole show, we see the dude Corey. He goes and he records a cover song of Wild Thing, and like it becomes like a popular song.
Why not?
And
Amazing.
then we have this scene where he's like taking Angelyne out to like the middle of like a street, and he's like, come here, I want to show you something. And he shows her this billboard of him like up there, like he got these girls hanging all over him, and it's for his like hit single Wild Thing. And then she like broke up with him because she was like, the billboard's my idea, it's my idea. And then we see it again, and all of a sudden she's like, this did not happen like that way. But this time, we don't cut back to the interviewer. The character in the moment, Angelyne, is like, this does not happen.
Yeah.
And then she's like, and then like she takes him over to like
drags him over like his ear or something.
Yeah, to the actual thing that happened, where like there was no billboard there, and she broke up with him because he was sleeping with another girl. And I was like, this show just keeps like keeping me on my toes. So that was like a major like fourth wall thing where like, no, we're redoing it. We're telling them the truth this time.
Yeah.
So yeah, did you like that?
Loved it.
Okay.
I thought again the whole show is so unpredictable. I don't know anything about her.
Yes.
I want to love her. I'm not sure I actually do yet. But I have to tell you, but like you said, everything was just, I didn't know what to expect. No cliches.
No, they put her, like, sometimes they put her in a very favorable light, and sometimes they don't. And, like, it kept going back and forth, and, like, at some point you're rooting for her, and at some point you're like, ugh. And, like, it's very weird. It is, like, very unpredictable. You're right.
Yeah.
So the next scene that we do 6 weeks later, the dude Corey is in a rehab facility, and who comes walking in? Angelyne, but you wouldn't notice at first because she had something added.
She had some enhancements,
augmentations. These giant boobs, dude.
She didn't explain it that much too. What did she just say? I just wanted to try something new or something. How did she? What did she say?
She said that she wanted to. She thinks that everybody should feel like a work of art and be able to be that work of art.
So when he was working on himself, she also worked on herself.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yes, and they were like these huge, like, obviously prosthetic boobs. Dude, I was looking for like some way to tell that they weren't. They looked great.
They'd have like post-production, right?
It must be. Like they looked too realistic.
Because there was no line. They were just looked like they were seamlessly on Emmy Rossum's chest.
Yeah, couldn't have. Had you not known, had you not seen Emmy Rossum's boobs 3,000 times
what
prior
show is that?
from Shameless?
Yes. Okay.
Yes, we were talking about it yesterday. Every single episode of Shameless, Emmy Rossum has her boobs out.
Yep.
And it's completely unnecessary for the show.
Yep.
They're just like, all right, we need Emmy's boobs in here.
It's a showtime. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, she's got this giant hair too.
Hair. Absolutely. Just as big as the breasts.
Yeah, exactly.
Bam. Yeah.
Exactly. And then she comes in, she was like, I'm doing my thing.
I feel like her waist was really small too, although maybe it was just what she was. Her outfit was different too.
Yeah.
Her whole look was.
Yeah, she was. I mean, it was very pink. Mm-hmm. Boobs were out.
Very Barbie.
Hair was big.
I just
very
realized
Barbie.
that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes. And then she leaves there and goes to her pink Corvette now. Mm-hmm. She's like, that's right, baby, pink Corvette.
Yep.
I'm real Southern.
She's between Blanche Devereaux.
And then the scene goes back to Jeff Glazer, the guy who's trying to get the interview in this.
This is when I totally forgot that this was a story. Yeah, I was like, oh.
And then it's them trying to get the interview that this is based on.
Right.
And it comes full circle, and then, so now we're going to get that story now, maybe, of them, like, trying to get
and then maybe we're
her to agree in 2017.
Yeah.
It's all over the place.
Yeah.
But not in a bad way.
I don't know if we can talk about while I'm thinking about it, I think as we're talking about this right now, that may be very purposeful by the part of the directive team.
What's that?
Like this not knowing like kind of what's happening, because it makes
I think so.
I feel like that's making us feel like what we would feel if we knew Angelina in real life. Like,
yes.
Like, who is she? What is she doing
or
to us?
Like,
I want to watch it, but I feel really uncomfortable watching it. But I kind of love it.
Yeah. Or even now, not even know, like, back then, it would be like, it's like, well, who is this Angeline even now, and why do I care?
Yes.
So, yeah, you're just keeping us on our toes.
Mm-hmm. It's very interesting.
It is very interesting. Before we give our official review, let's have a little chat. We always like to have a little chat. We can't just send you home.
Chats.
Send you home with just our take. We gotta chat. You gotta learn about Eric and Keith. They're true.
That's why I mean, Angeline fan? Are we Angeline fans? I don't know.
No, I don't know. After you did watch the episode, are you an Angeline fan? Not the show.
Sure.
The character. Are you rooting for her, or you think that she's like?
I mean, I want to root for her. I don't know.
No, I know. That's another part of the show. It's like you can't. I don't know.
She's very interesting.
Yes. So now, like I was thinking about it too. Like before the social media era, this like Angeline like could happen.
Yeah.
Now this story could not happen because it's every day.
I was gonna say, this is literally an influencer.
Yeah.
This is what they do. Just they have access to it. And Angeline, I don't know. Too bad. What could she have done?
Would she have been able to, or would she just be, have fallen in with the hundreds of thousands of people?
You're right.
So, I thought that was interesting. So, like, do we have any, like, besides, like, just influencers? I mean, I guess there's a ton that I'm not familiar with because I'm not,
I don't know any of them.
Invested in that scene.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we used to have, like, Kim Kardashian and Paris Hilton. Mm-hmm. And now they're, like, it's funny because this Angeline, she's just, like, D-list.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Kardashians, much as we don't want to say it.
I think they, like, own Hollywood.
They're fucking. It's crazy.
Yeah, everybody loves them. They're invited everywhere.
Ever have referred to any Kardashian as like an A-list celebrity?
Oh yeah,
but they absolutely are.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I totally think when I think of LA, you cannot think of it without thinking about them now.
It's crazy.
How Brad Pitt?
What?
Who they call? They're about the Kardashians.
Exactly. Julia Roberts.
No, who's that?
Exactly.
Isn't that weird though?
It is weird. But so I mean, it used to be Paris Hilton. Whatever happened to her? She's not a name anymore.
What is she doing? She was just actually. It's funny you say that. She was just at the White House.
Why?
Rallying for something. I don't remember what though. She's kind of getting into the whole social justice thing.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah. So yeah. I think she got married. That's the last thing I heard of her too.
Really?
She still has a ton of followers too. I just looked her up because I was watching The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and her mom's in it. And I was like, what is Paris Hilton doing now? So that's where I learned a little bit more just recently.
Do they still own Hilton?
No. They sold that off like 10 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I just remember her. She was on that show with Nicole Richie where they were like farmers or whatever. That was the height of her. Never made it to A-list.
No.
Maybe C.
I was going to say C to B, I would say.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, low B.
Yeah.
Everybody knows her name, though.
It's true.
So here's the thing. I think that actually she's pretty high up there, and I'm thinking about it, because Paris Hilton was high enough to have somebody named Perez Hilton named after her, right?
That's true. But also, he's like a D-list.
Totally. But people have heard of the D-list who's named after her, so she's got to be at least one or two above him, right?
Exactly. Michael Jackson named his kid after Paris Hilton.
No, really?
No, I don't know.
That's funny. Paris Jackson.
Yeah.
Oh, the blanket.
Oh, yeah. Also,
There's a nickname.
Paris Hilton was a wet blanket. Okay.
All right.
Now, another question.
Yeah.
If you wanted to be like Angelyne, how would you get famous? Now, I'm talking outside of like, not like thinking like, I'm going to go on TikTok and I'm going to like show my butt.
Right. That'll give me at least 10 followers.
Like, what would you do if you had to be a little bit more creative like Angelyne has been?
Oh gosh. Well, I think what I would try to do is, I think I would be a drag star.
Oh, okay.
Dressing up as Natasha Lyonne.
Oh, yeah, I could see it.
Right?
I could see it.
Yeah,
Let me just put a little...
The wig, the cigarettes,
right.
just smoking, talking, what the hell? I don't know.
I'm
What the
Natasha
hell, man?
Lyonne.
Exactly.
I'm American Pie's Natasha Lyonne. Do you think she goes
fucking American Pie Natasha Lyonne?
That's like her credit now. It's probably switched to Russian doll now, right? I'm Russian doll's Natasha Lyonne.
I was thinking she's also in Orange is the New Black. Like, she's been on a roll lately, more than American Pie.
So, yeah.
I'm American Pie Natasha Lyonne. I forgot she was even in that.
Yeah, that's the only thing she's known for.
Perfect. I gotta get up my clip. So you're right. Yeah. All right. How about you? Yeah. I mean, so obviously mine's a home run.
Home run. Drag Natasha Lyonne. So mine, I was thinking that I would create original ice cream flavors. Like just like in my home, just like
wildly different from mine. Okay.
Making like I would come up with something like insane, like just like lasagna ice cream.
Oh my gosh!
Or like
crazy.
Yeah. Or like something just like patio furniture.
Wait, patio furniture ice cream?
This is completely different flavor.
Okay, yeah.
Gym. Like a person.
We're really going from lasagna, which I was into, to patio furniture.
Just crazy shit.
Yeah.
And then I would drive around like with those bikes with the coolers on the front?
Yes.
I would drive around in one of those, dressed as Santa Claus, and I would give out scoops of this random weird ice cream to people.
This is very well thought out for Beavis.
Yeah.
And for you, chimney.
Exactly. And then people would be like, fucking Santa Claus just gave me some sushi ice cream, and I'd be famous. Ben and Jerry's would contact me.
I think that I'm seeing the second season of Angelyne. Eric, what would your name be?
I don't know.
Oh my God, you gotta think this is so realized. And did you have a name for yourself?
Santa Baby.
Santa Baby. Okay. We can workshop.
Yeah, we'll workshop it. It's gotta be something with Santa in it.
Yeah.
Ice cream Santa.
Yeah. Ice cream Daddy.
Yeah, Santa Daddy.
Santa Baby. Yeah. All right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's my plan.
Wow.
And then probably billboards.
Yeah. Well, absolutely. I mean, both of ours. I can see a good crossover between us too. Like, obviously,
exactly.
Drag Natasha Lyonne loves our
team
ice cream.
up. Yeah,
exactly.
It'll be like an ice cream flavor, and it's just like American Pie Natasha Lyonne. That's the flavor.
Yes.
It's just,
It's got cigarette butts in it. Yeah.
She's like band camp and cigarettes.
Perfect. All right.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get back to
I didn't see that coming.
The first episode of Angelyne.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Angelyne. I think I've been calling her Angelique this whole time.
Yeah. No. Angelyne.
All right.
But yeah, what is your official review? I want to know where on the scale, on the first step's scale.
I mean, I'm gonna lean it towards binge. It was very enjoyable for me.
And this is an easy binge, so it's only 5 episodes, all available now.
Okay.
You just need a lazy weekend.
Now.
They're all out there.
Yeah.
And they're about 50 minutes each.
Yep.
So, not a heavy lift. But I am
I know.
I'm going to say it's worth watching.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I absolutely want to watch more, and my mind was, like, really, like, messed with by this, with the meta-ness of it, the fourth wall. I loved that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, right now, I don't know. It's not, like, the characters. I'm not... Angelyne herself, I don't know whether I like her or not. So
I know. Is she a worthwhile investment of my time? Because I'm not sure how to read her.
But, yeah.
Which makes me wonder... invest my time.
Yes. But I would absolutely finish this show. 5 episodes, I gotta, especially knowing that it is a true thing. And then I would love to read the Hollywood Reporter article. And I have seen that the real Angelyne has come out and said it did not happen like that. They're painting me in a. So I want to know
that. Break the wall too.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. So there's a lot of layers to this. It's kind of like when you. For me, I like to watch those the true crime things that the the Staircase or whatever, and it's based on or the Jinx, all this stuff.
Right.
And this is kind of like that. It's got it's true, but it's not crime, not yet anyway.
I have no idea.
Exactly.
It very well could turn into that.
It very well could. Yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. 5 episodes. I will finish it, but I didn't want to immediately just jump back in there and binge the whole damn thing.
I was right in the middle too, but I decided to go up just because I found it. I was so again. I'm like, who is this bee, and why is she drawing my attention?
Who is Angelyne? The world needs to know.
She's an icon. What was it in the beginning?
She's not a woman. She's an icon. Exactly.
Do you think that Kim Kardashian says that to herself?
Yeah.
Probably,
every
right?
day.
Honestly.
Yep.
Yeah.
So does Kanye. I'm not a woman. I'm an icon.
He probably does. Too. You just got us a lawsuit.
Sorry, Kanye. All right, that is it for this episode of First Steps. Thank you so much for checking out this show where we talk about Angelyne, the new Peacock series. Let us know what you thought of the show if you watched it, and check us out on our socials. We're on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook. Leave us a comment, leave us a message. Let us know what you thought of this show, what you thought of Angelyne. And then if you're listening via podcast, Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, you could leave us a review there. You can leave us a 5-star rating and just tell us how amazing we are.
Yeah, we love that.
We do love it. And yeah, go check out the video version of this show on YouTube at Pop Culture Playground.
I'm just thinking about you as Santa Claus with that ice cream bike.
Yeah, here you go. This one's cookies and cream. Every once in a while, it's a real one.
But that's but
it's Fig Newtons. Yeah. All right, that's it. We're heading out. Thanks so much. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Angelyne. The way Papa likes.